What's up, Lego builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios for another episode of building Cato Neimoidia in Lego. This week I got a lot to do. As you guys saw from the title, I'm going to be testing out the bridge, the supports, the rock walls, everything. We're going to put it to the test and see if there's any breakage, and if there is, where that's at, and try and figure out like how I can make those stronger. Hopefully it'll hold up. I've done some testing already and it seems to be holding up pretty well, but I wanted to do it on the update just so as many of you guys as possible could see. It's pretty crazy thinking that like this bridge really is just all made up of Lego. There's no non-Lego elements, so that's pretty cool to see Lego supporting Lego. I also do have another Easter egg that I've started on up on the top of the first cliff wall. I've got something special going on there. We're going to be putting in a little landing pad of sorts. So yeah, I got a lot to show you guys. It's time to get building. So I've got the camera set up over there. I'm going to bring some of these sets around. Now some of you guys may have seen some of these sets tested already, because last week on a live stream when I built this bridge, I decided to test some sets out to see what would happen. But a lot of you guys weren't there on that live stream, and so I want to test it out just so as many people as possible can see like what kind of weight this can hold and what's going to happen when I build a giant Lego structure right here. So I'm probably going to do about 3 or 4 sets. So the first one is going to be the Lego Ideas Treehouse. A lot of you guys hopefully are familiar with this one, as this is a fairly new and fairly accessible set, so I think a lot of people have this. If you have this, you know this is a pretty substantial set. It's chunky, it's big, it's tall. Like this thing weighs a lot. My hands hurting just holding it. So I'm going to place this on the bridge and we're going to see what happens. Nothing, which is really good. That's a good thing, because that means, you know, all this weight just pushing down right here at the center of the bridge didn't cause any of these ball joints to pop, didn't cause, you know, either of these walls to crack or fall in. So that's a good sign, because, you know, the city could weigh as much as this treehouse, but it's going to be displaced much more evenly than this. So the fact that it can hold something right there in the center is a very good sign. So this is not the biggest or heaviest set I'm going to be testing out though. It's time to bring in some Star Wars UCS sets. Next, I'm going to be testing out the UCS Imperial Shuttle. This one is definitely one of the more beefier sets I have. Very tall, but you can see this one too. Oh, we got a little bit of cracking right there. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. We had one of the supports for the plate pop off on the end here. So you guys remember I have this long kind of short wall of brick that kind of helped keep this plate rigid. So that popped off. That's not necessarily concerning to me, because this city is going to be constructed differently than this bridge, right? So the fact that the bridge is breaking just means that it's not the strongest bridge, which is okay, because, you know, this is temporary. I'm more concerned about stuff over here breaking. So I'm gonna fix that, and we're gonna try, you know, we're gonna go even heavier than the shuttle. I was just lifting this up and I realized I think the treehouse is even heavier than this one. So I'm gonna set this to the side. We have one of the biggest sets in my collection outside of the UCS Star Destroyer and my custom UCS Acclimator, and that is the UCS Sand Crawler. This thing is a beast. It's massive. So this one is going to displace a lot of weight over a much larger area than both the shuttle and the treehouse. That was just the treads popping. And it looks like we have another success, ladies and gentlemen. So this is good. This is really good. Initially when I did this on Saturday, I was actually blown away with how strong everything was. I expected a little bit of bending or cracking, but there's absolutely nothing. And the crazy thing about this is that this is all 100% Lego. There's no reinforcement beams, there's no metal plates in any of this, there's no clear, you know, there's no trans clear bricks holding up this bridge underneath. This is just 100% Lego holding up Lego. And I think that's so cool. I'm really happy that, you know, kind of the whole engineering aspect of this seems to be working out so far. But I am going to take the sand crawler off before it, you know, ultimately ends up breaking something on the bridge. So now that this little test has been, now that I've concluded this little test, I'm probably going to take the bridge off because that's really the only thing I needed it for, and it is kind of helping me gauge how long the city is going to be. We're going to talk more about that later. Probably what I'm going to do next is just do some more random work on either the rock work or the pads, or maybe build some more links. I'm actually waiting on a big part order to come in so I can actually start working on the city, because I need to start designing and building that. But until that comes in, I do have some other cool stuff to show you guys. Here's that Easter egg that I was talking about in the intro of the video. I've been thinking long and hard about how I can incorporate cool stuff into the rock work, because, you know, I don't want it to be just rock work. That was one of the reasons why I put that little cave down at the bottom on the other cliff with pipes and a little break room of sorts, just to spice things up. And I wanted to do something similar to this side, and I actually got this idea from someone on a stream. I really wish I could remember their name so I could give them credit for this idea. If you're watching this, you know who you are. Thanks for the idea. But they said put a landing pad on the top of the mock, and I probably, you know, I wouldn't be able to put it on the very top, but I decided why not cut out a chunk of the rock work and then put a landing pad in there. So that's what I'm working on right now, is getting that plates down and then trying to just, you know, figure out how to make that rock work jut back at an angle and then come back along and then go back along the back of that pad area so I can put a door in and stuff. So here's what I've been working on so far. You can see I've got like a little plateau in this area. I'm gonna have the cliff continue upward over right here and then over right here. So there's basically going to be like a little flat section, and it's going to house like a little landing pad for a separatist shuttle or something like that. Basically, it's going to be like a little emergency pad, you know, or for like if someone needs to escape the city while it's being attacked, or if there's just, you know, some kind of shady business going on or something. There's going to be a little door right here that'll lead off into some, you know, caves or some secret base back in the cavern. So I'm going to have like a little pad right here. And then this will mostly just be like an Easter egg. This isn't in the actual movie. I'll probably have like a gunship or something and some clone troopers raiding this upper section. What I'm doing right now is creating the front side of the plateau. This part takes a lot of time and thought, because, you know, you can't just have a 90-degree angle like that. It's got to be kind of weathered and kind of angled. I had a lot of practice with Utapau, as I had to do this across the entire front section, so having to do it for this little small section was not bad at all, and it's really fun. It's a nice break from the rock work, and I get to build some cool stuff up here. I'll probably have some more Easter eggs to show you guys as I continue building. So probably what I'm going to do next is continue to tile and plate off this area and then put in the landing pad. Here's one last look at the mock for the week. So I got a ton of progress. You can see I got the whole pad in. This whole area is done. I honestly wasn't expecting to get this much done, but it just came together so smoothly and so quickly. I was able to fly through it. So you can see better now what I'm trying to do right here, having this rock work jut back here, then come along here. I'm gonna have to work on this corner a little bit. Not very happy with how that looks, but I like the front part here. The transition from the cliff to the plateau is looking pretty good. And then right here, we're actually gonna have a big set of blast doors. It's gonna lead to like some kind of interior cavern. As far as the landing pad goes, I think I might change up the design a little bit. I feel like it's kind of boring. I might put like some angles, some angled edges right here. So angled there, angled there. We'll see, I don't know. I'll try and figure out something for this. Maybe I'll try raising it up above the rest of the terrain, just because it just feels kind of boring. Like, it's not too bad. I want it to fit in with the rest of the mock and just, you know, look as cool as the rest of it. So next week, I'm going to be tackling this back section right here. I want to try and figure out how to make the doors open so they'll slide along a track of some kind. I'll probably have to cut out a little section of the wall right here and have the door slide out the back here. Anyways, that's all I've got for this week. Another very successful week in the books, and it's time to hit that outro. I hope you guys enjoyed this week of building Wow. I hope you guys enjoyed this week of building Cato Neimoidia. I had a lot of fun, and I really got excited again for the mock. Super excited. Like, I'm all in. That's really good. It's really good to see. It's really good to feel. And I think I just had to break through that last wall of like rock work, and then, you know, so that I could get into more working on the city, the more technical stuff, kind of what I've been talking about. I'm putting in that Easter egg landing pad with like where the doors are going to be, and going to have a little scene up there. That's been really fun to build. I think I'll try and incorporate as many smaller technical builds as I can. That way each week I'll always have something technical and fun to be working on. Anyways, that wraps up this episode. Don't forget to let me know what you thought down below in the comments. And if you liked the video, don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future content. But until next time, happy building.